Hello, Dearborn Heights residents. Mayor Bazzi. We're doing around town today with priority waste. So I know there's a lot of questions have been raised by our residents, and I know priority waste. They've come a long way, since you guys started with the city. But I know you guys are there's a lot of challenges now with some of the constructions. We got some projects mandated by the state and also street paving. And so I want to make sure I let the residents know that, do not put your garbage cans on the street. Make sure you put them on the curb, because it's a challenge to a lot of vehicles going to and from, on the street. So make sure you put the trash cans actually on the curb. And so one of the things the residents keep, they call, they see a garbage truck, like they pick up, some like a pickup, but then they call for their yard waste, or for, is there something behind it? Like, what, you like to tell the residents?
Yeah, thank you. Again, thank you for having me today. It's been a pleasure being a part of the community for the last year and a half now. When it comes to the service, we service all of your commodities, the 4 different materials, trash, your recycling, your compost, and bulk, with 4 different trucks. So if you see a truck go by your house and you think you've been missed, that's a common occurrence that it may just be a different truck. It's picking up a different commodity. So what we would hope is that the residents give us until 7 p.m. to come back and get your materials, that the truck that went by may not be the truck that you were looking for. Mm-hmm. So just to give us that brevity of that time, and call us the next morning if they were missed. But understand, 4 trucks, 4 commodities, and we'll be there to pick it up every week. So.
And the same number they call a 586 number, was it 228-1200?
Yes, 586-228-1200. We also have a toll-free number at 855-WASTE-65 that they can call to get in touch with us.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah.
So I know some of your drivers, I know that you guys have cameras on every truck. So some residents, they'll say, hey, you know what, you guys didn't pick my garbage up. And I know that, I've called you guys several times. You go back to the cameras, mm-hmm. and you see that, somebody was parked on the street, mm-hmm. and that's why you weren't able to pick up their garbage. So that's another thing, we're gonna start enforcing it more by making sure that you guys, the residents, do not park in the street on garbage day, till 7 p.m., keep the cars away from the street, because you got some residents, they can't get their garbage picked up because somebody's parking, next to it, and the trucks can't get around it. Especially now with, we're doing a lot of street paving, so please keep the cars away from the street, because they will be ticketed. And there's also like some construction areas. I know you guys are doing something different, with they got 1 lane shut down. Mm-hmm. And so how are you guys working that with like residents that live on the other side of the street?
Yeah, we've developed a pretty good system that's helped with getting through those tough areas when there's projects going on. And what we try to do is work it out with the project manager of the construction, mm-hmm. to have some kind of input from them of where they're going to be on that day, so we can avoid it during those high congestion traffic times. And if we do by chance go early in the morning and it's blocked off, we'll come back at the end of the day to check and see if we can recover that material. We don't want to cause any accidents. We want to get their projects done in a timely fashion. I'm sure your residents do, yeah. as well. And by doing that, it gives us that secondary ability to recover the material. If it were to bleed into the next day, we'll make another trip. So if we have to come back because we weren't able to get it later in the day, we'll make that next day trip, and we'll continually follow up on those areas, because a project may bleed out. It may extend beyond a 1-day project. So we just ask that the residents be patient with us, and if they do call to notify us of a miss and they are in a construction area, help us by identifying it and let us know that they're in that construction area, because while we may know some areas, we may not know others, and it'll just give us that, little bit more information for following up.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's some of the calls that we get with all the projects going on. I know we get some same calls, yeah. And I appreciate you guys actually taking the calls. Instead of like our offices get swamped with calls in the past, mm-hmm. but now we limited the amount of times that, or calls that we get. You guys have been on the ball. I appreciate all the help, but so especially the last, couple years ago when you guys came on board, there was a lot of large items, or like excessive trash. So how do you guys handle that now? I know that it's limited now, but we still see excess trash on the curbs. So how do you want the residents to handle that?
Yeah, I'll first just say that, in the city, we have a two bulk item limit on your weekly pickup. So if you have 2 large items that you place at the curb, we'll get those and recover them with no problem. It's when it becomes excessive that we run into those issues. But we all know projects happen. I just went through a bathroom remodel, and I had some extra material out that I wanted to place out that I couldn't. So I had to call my hauler to get a special pickup. And that's what we ask of the residents, is that when you do have those extra projects that are going on in your house, that you give us a call. There could be a fee for it, and we'll work that out with you, because everything is a little bit variable with that. But if you have those projects going on, that's a great thing. You're doing something to your house to update it, and then schedule it with us so we can handle those requests.
No, I appreciate that, and that's some of the biggest problems that we've had. You got residents that call us and they tell us, hey, that one house has a lot of garbage sitting outside on the curb. Then you have to go and take care of the blight issue. So I appreciate for residents to call ahead. If they can let the Priority Waste know, it's the same number also. Let them know that they have excess trash, and there will be fees because we have a contract with a company for a certain amount, but anything in excess, then the resident has to pay for that. So again, I want to thank you guys for all the hard work. We've been working really well together in the last couple of years since you guys been on board, and amount of calls have went down, and especially with the cameras being put in the trucks.
Absolutely.
That's really helped us a lot, because you guys were able to identify issues, and if somebody says, hey, you missed my street or missed my house, you guys can go back to the camera and find out what happened to that house. So I appreciate that. And again, for the residents, make sure the biggest thing is you keep the garbage separated. There's a distance, was it 3 feet?
3 feet, yes.
Yeah, 3 feet apart from the different cans, so they can come and pick up the different cans that you guys put out there. So make sure you do that. And again, you got to let these guys know ahead of time, so they can service the whole city, all the residents for that day. And it's not just like for the driver to come in and waste a lot of time on that one particular house, especially if they're not aware that there's a lot of items or a lot of trash in front of the house. And that's some of the biggest issues that we've had in the past, because you guys took it upon yourself without letting us know. You were taking all these garbage items out, and it kind of put you guys behind, which was a very bad thing. But you guys were trying to do the right thing.
And one thing I would just add to that is, and we appreciate what we learned in that transition period, that when you try to do the right thing, sometimes it blends into a bigger problem. And we've resolved that. I think this last year, we've really dialed in the service in conjunction with the city and the residents, learning us learning you. But we also ask that if you do have a issue, to not call us on the day, right? So it gets a little confusing when the residents will call in on their day of service. So let's just say I live on a Tuesday route, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been accustomed to getting my stuff picked up at 10 in the morning. It's now 2 in the afternoon, and it's not been missed. Let's give our crews some time, because we do live route adjustments if there's any kind of mechanical issue with the trucks, as well as if there's longer wait times at the processing or the landfills or the composting sites, we're not on the same schedule. So that can cause confusion on the residents that we're not there at the same time every week. So just remember, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to be there, we're going to get the items, and give us that time to come back. And if we don't, call us and let us know 8 o'clock in the morning the next day, so that way we can recover it for you and get it taken care of.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for all your help. And thank you all the residents for watching us today. And just if you have any questions, you can go on our website or Priority Waste website, and you can find out more information. Thank you, and hope you have a great day.